Hello, welcome back to our Tech Expert series. And today, please meet our Richard Hernandez.
Yes, like you said, I'm Rich Hernandez. I'm a Chief Product Officer for Dragon 9 Partners in the US, and I have about 20 years of Fintech experience in the mortgage sector back home.
So today, let's mapping a little bit between Fintech and AI.
I think from an artificial intelligence perspective, Fintech faces several challenges that might slow some of the readiness for a full-blown AI integration. Obviously, there's a lot of sensitive information. Data privacy, security, and transparency concerns are all paramount when it comes to Fintech. Those AI systems require large amounts of data, and in a fintech world that data is very sensitive and personal in nature. Also, you talk about transparency concerns. Artificial intelligence can sometimes work in a kind of a black box scenario, and people want to understand how a decision was made using the artificial intelligence, and it may not be readily available to explain to a borrower or another stakeholder. In addition to that, you have regulatory compliance challenges. The financial sector is heavily regulated, and AI systems need to comply with complex and evolving regulations. And ensuring that artificial intelligence algorithms adhere to those regulations is challenging, particularly as regulatory frameworks typically lag behind the technology that is making huge advancements a lot quicker than the framework of the regulations are being managed. When you look at a borrower fintech scenario, bias and fairness is also another concern that needs to be taken into account. AI systems can inadvertently introduce or perpetuate biases in the training data, and in the financial sector, that bias could lead to unfair lending practices, discrimination, and reputational damage for a fintech company. Also, data quality and availability are also going to be essential for an effective AI solution. The data has to be high quality, it has to be relevant, and it has to be clean. And as you're going through that fintech process, sometimes the data is a little fragmented. So being able to choose a point in time where you can expand on that artificial intelligence will be very important with that consideration. There's also ethical considerations that you need to take into account as regards to accountability, decision making, and the potential for job loss. But one of the things I think that we need to understand is artificial intelligence, it needs to work hand in hand with the human interaction. The human interaction is going to have the customer experience. The artificial intelligence will do the redundant, mundane tasks, so that way the human interaction can focus more on that customer experience. And then trust and adoption is also another key factor. As you're looking at artificial intelligence, you may have two people that do the same job and they're both doing it very well for many years, but they may come to two different conclusions and looking at a different scenario. Whereas artificial intelligence should be very consistent, and what the challenge will be with that is having those people learn to trust the data and the adoption, is everybody wants to go back and double check the artificial intelligence or the black box, and sometimes they may not even understand how that black box is working. So trust and adoption could be another challenge as well. And then one of the final challenges is the high cost of implementation. Developing and deploying an artificial intelligence solution can be expensive. There's costs with data acquisition, infrastructure, staffing, integration with legacy systems, and ongoing maintenance. So all of those things can be cost prohibitive for many fintech firms, especially the smaller ones.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much, and goodbye for this session today.
Thank you so much.